Viewers of Restoration Gospel TV, I am Bakitu Katrin Anu, and presently we are at Woteke Small Support Boya for the launching or the dedication of the Hope Academy Excellence Block today. And we are at Hope Academy, and they are opening their Hope Academy Excellence Block. So stay tuned for appraisals and contributions and point views of the personalities present. Hello, viewers of Restoration Gospel TV. With me, I have the vision bearer of Hope Academy. So, Reverend Professor Julius Esunge. So, what is the vision behind this Hope Academy?
Well, the vision behind Hope Academy is a simple one, namely that God gives us a unique platform to train lifelong champions. The idea here is simple. Whoever comes through this academy should be an instrument in the hands of God for his end-time purposes. There will be strategic players. We do not define the kingdom in a limited manner. For instance, people think of pastors, evangelists, and what have you. But they forget we need good doctors. We need good engineers. We need good lawyers. We need good architects. We need good pilots. We need excellent engineers and what have you. So our goal here is to set a stage, a revolution, where little children begin to see themselves at the pinnacle of power, authority, and influence, no matter the domain. And this is what we're aspiring for.
Okay, thank you. So what is your message to all those having the similar visions like you?
Well, first of all, I would say that whenever God gives a man a vision, God holds that man responsible to execute that vision along the lines of what God has told them. So I can only speak for what I've heard, and others would have to speak for what they have heard, and also that people must take courage, because on the way to fulfilling any God-given vision, there'll be challenges, there'll be battles, there'll be obstacles. Those obstacles, challenges are not meant to stop us. They are meant to purify us so that whatever God does, we give him and he alone all the glory. They're not meant to stop us.
So what last words do you have as concerning this dedication of today?
Well, as you saw for yourself, our prayer over the last several months was that it will be a ceremony where Jesus, not man, Jesus is lifted high. And through the worship, through the testimonies, through the message, through everything that has taken place, we clearly see how the Lord has glorified himself. So we are assured that from rottenness, from ashes, from, demonic infestation, we now have an academy wherein God will be moving supremely and mightily, because it is his, it's not mine. God can use anybody to set up this institution. Why he chose me, I don't know. I will never know. So to him alone be all the glory. And that's my last word for all of our viewers, all of our friends. Make sure whatever you're doing, God is given the glory. That's it.
Thank you so much, Reverend. Hello, viewers of Restoration Gospel TV. You are welcome to this session. So, ma, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So, I want to ask, what is your appraisal of this opening or the launching of the Hope Academy Excellence Block today?
I want to thank you first and foremost for coming towards me. I'm Dr. Mrs. Mbua Hanaiton there, the regional delegate for secondary education for Southwest. I am indeed very elated. I'm happy, like I said a few minutes ago in the hall, that Dr. Professor Julius Esunge and his team, they've been able to come up with this beautiful hall, which they have called Hall of Excellence for their school. But what makes me really happy is not the fact that the hall is there for their school, but because it has given a different color to the school map of secondary education in the region. Because when we talk about our schools that are befitting, we talk about Hope Academy. And so I think I'm happy. I just want to appreciate him and thank him on behalf of the Minister of Secondary Education and myself, and to say that many more persons can actually emulate what he has done, and to ask the students who have the privilege to be in this school to remain focused and make use of this property, make use of the hope that is in Hope Academy, so that they will be able to come out as excellent Cameroonians in future.
All right. Thank you, ma. Thank you so much.
Arujin TV. We are Arujin TV. Keep watching us.
welcome, sir. As an administrator here at Hope Academy, how do you intend to manage this facility that has just been dedicated today?
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity and to ask such a question. I think we have been working for the past 6 months, making sure this edifice come to pass. And I think the greatest challenge we have is to manage it like you have just asked. So we'll be strict on the way we'll be using it for the glory of the Lord and make sure that those who come to use the facility, we have seen this.
Thank you, Catherine, for giving me your microphone. Standing beside me is a senior journalist, a senior citizen in Cameroon. Of course, you would like to hear from the horse's mouth his own very name. So you're welcome to this platform.
Thank you very much. My name is Eric Jinje. Used to be here many, many years ago. Television, Cameroon, CRTV.
Yeah.
I left the country about 30 years ago.
And now you happen to find yourself at the Hope Academy, where the Excellence Hall block has just been inaugurated and dedicated. And in course of you making a speech, we overheard you saying you see this place being a center of hope to Cameroon. And you started with a lament. Why that lament and why that message of hope? And how can Cameroonians gather together to see that real hope is brought back to this nation, a land of peace, our fatherland?
Well, obviously you understand fully what I lament about. You understand the dilapidation that has taken place in this country over the last few decades. We see it everywhere. There is an ongoing civil crisis in the country, which has not been resolved as it should. There is rising poverty. There's an economy that is stagnating in a very wealthy country like Cameroon. And you can very readily figure out what the problem is. And I think that problem is one of governance, one of leadership. So I've been back home for the first time in 30 years. I've spent over a month in Cameroon. And I've gotten to see what's happening. I've gotten to talk to people and finally understood that it's not only a crisis of leadership, but it's a crisis of political options.
That's right.
And so since coming back home, I've been talking about the need to adopt for a change, a systemic change, to move into another system of governance, of government. Right. We have two systems in operation in this country. One is French-driven, and the other is Anglo-Saxon.
That's
and
right.
my argument is, why not try the Anglo-Saxon system? And when I think about this change of systems, I've been going around the country wondering, where does it begin? Where can we
nurture the seed for the change?
Nurture that seed. And where do we see the possibility of that germinating? Which is what brings me to this establishment.
Okay.
The hope I talk about is precisely because as I stepped in here with the potential for educating youth, sitting in the midst of this village as it does, look around you. You can see why it stands out, and you can see why it can bring hope to any one of us who is on the verge of being discouraged by what's happening everywhere in this country. So that's the reason I said that.
So Cameroon needs hope, and Hope Academy seems to be one of the bedrocks that God has chosen to bring hope to Cameroon. And we are calling on all Cameroonians, let's put hands on deck to see that real hope comes back to Cameroon.
Absolutely, that's the point. I mean, I think this is a nursery of hope for this country. And I really pray you all to see that and not to allow your spirits to be dominated anymore.
That's right.
Let it grow, let it bloom, let it grow from here. Send that spirit across this country. Cameroon needs it, we all need it, and Africa ultimately needs it.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
RJ TV. We are RJ TV. Keep watching us.